Alright, we are on the draw with RUG Delver. We have a couple lands, a couple cantrips, a bit of disruption, and a threat, so I'm going to say this is a keep. Although I can't say I've had a bunch of hands with Knuckleblade as my one threat. Our opponent just mulled down to 4. So, well, there's that. Might be a good thing, might end up being a bad thing. Maybe we end up having a non-game. That won't be so fun. Cavern on Merfolk. We are playing against fish. That's interesting. So here we have the option to either hold up Snare / Scour or Vapor Snag, but we're not doing that, in which case we want to play the Misty. Or we can Bobble and potentially get rid of what we see, fetch ahead of time. I don't know if I like that. Well, we're casting Bobble because I do want to do that. The question is, do we look at our card and potentially scry, or do we look at their card for slight amounts of information? I think I want to look at their card and get the information, but given the amount of experience I have with Bobble, there's a pretty good chance that's not what you're supposed to do. Let's move that island over to the side. Yes, I will draw a card. Ooh, a lightning bolt. That'll probably come in handy given that we're playing against fish. They don't do anything, so we will get, I want to say a steam vents, but breeding pool might be better. What's more important here, green or red? Let's get a steam vents. Let's get a steam vents. Thought Scour us. And see what's up. Another lightning bolt. Could come in handy. Ooh, a Misty. I like that. I don't think we'll need both bolts, so let's just play the Misty, pass to them. Well, they're drawing the lands that they need. We're not going to bolt face. We will fetch. Maybe a basic forest. We could just get a breeding pool tapped, though. Yeah, why not have the extra versatility? And I think at this point we just slam Knuckleblade. Red, green, okay. Red. Now that one... Oh, I didn't click on Knuckleblade yet. That's fine. We'll do it the hard way. Doesn't matter. This, that, the other thing. Hopefully they don't have any disruption to punish us for tapping out. We have 2 lightning bolts, so I don't think they can commit anything scary to the board right now. Really, I think we need to get the clock. So that's what we will do. We'll play our island because it's entirely possible we end up wanting it. Swing. We win the race, so that is good. Do we want to bolt that now or let them untap? That's a good question, Self. They don't have anything they can do at instant speed, so let's let them untap. At that point, I think we may as well just not take the damage. Let's kill it. Goodbye, Master of the Pearl Trident. The Merfolk matchup ends up being fun sometimes. Well, it's usually fun, but sometimes it's a very specific kind of fun when they have Master of the Pearl Trident out and they have Master of Waves out, and then we have Hunt Master of the Fells out post-sideboard, because then if I ever try to refer to something as Master, it just becomes quite useless. Deprive. Wow. That's a very good time for us to get this Spell Snare out of our hand. Merfolk with Deprive. Can't say I know that they commonly do that. I don't think it's news to anyone that mulliganing down to 4 hurts your chances at winning. Our opponent is being pretty severely punished. Delirium's on. Do I want a Snapcaster Mage? Why wouldn't I want a Snapcaster Mage? I could speed up the clock by getting something else. Is that a good idea? Do I want a Goyf? Goyf's a good card. No one's gonna argue that. I think we're going to swing. Do we want to bobble before the Traverse? Why not? Let's play this. We'll use the Traverse as a scry effect. Look at our top card. What is it? Something we want to draw? It's not. So we will definitively cast this Traverse the Ulvenwald. If that was something I wanted, I would at least consider not using the Traverse. I think we just get a Tarmogoyf. We might even play it, given that our mana is well developed, so Spreading Seas doesn't scare me. And in addition to that, they have Caverns, so there's not much else we're looking at countering here. So we're just going to do that and go to end step, hold up these two pieces of disruption. Ooh, we get to draw. I forgot about the draw. I am definitely the kind of person who would put a die on top of their library on the upkeep after using Mishra's Bauble. Or, actually, I guess that doesn't work when it's your opponent's upkeep. But there would be a marker somewhere, because I am not used to this card. I would miss so many draw triggers. That's fine. We're not going to bounce that. Bounces Knuckleblade. It's annoying. Slows our clock down somewhat. Now, one thing we could do is just bolt this and then play Nux with haste to get in for a bunch. Yeah, let's do it. We did naturally draw Snapcaster Mage, so using our Lightning Bolt doesn't make me sad whatsoever. That's perfectly fine. We're not going to pay. Thanks for the option, though. I appreciate it. 2 Snapcaster Mages. How many bolts? 3 Lightning Bolts in the graveyard. These 2 Snapcasters. That green. That red. We are just going to go all-out aggressive here. Let's give it haste. We have Snap Bolt, Snap Bolt. So I think we just want to deal a bunch of damage to our opponent. I don't think they can race us right now. Well, they went to 3, so they might try. Blocking wasn't exactly a good proposition for them there, but not blocking, I don't know, will be good anyways. Maybe it's their only possible upside. That's fine. Maybe they don't block and they just need to somehow get a really nice board state together. Do we play this Forest? I don't think it matters. I'm going to swing with both. They're probably going to block with both. We could Snap Bolt at our leisure, so we don't even necessarily have to show it to them. Is it even possible our opponent thinks we're not playing Snapcaster Mage? If it is, we should at least consider not using it. I mean, almost any mid-rangey aggro control Temur deck is going to play Snapcaster Mage, but we basically have that game locked up regardlessly, so I'm okay with stealing the 0.0001% chance that they make a misplay based on that later, or maybe they sideboard differently. I want as much removal as I can get. EE is nice against Merfolk because of all the 2 CMC creatures, the Lords especially. I think I want the Dismember. I'm really not used to having this in the sideboard. I actually don't know if I normally board that out against Merfolk, and now I'm boarding it in. Pyroclasm I like, although sometimes it's not great. I want Huntmaster. I don't want Ceremonious Rejection because I'm not counting on having it. I don't like Staticaster because their stuff gets big. Basilisk Collar I don't think I want. I will take these for Vial though. 9 cards coming in, what comes out? We can probably afford to dump a Traverse. Dryad can go because we're not doing a lot of blocking in this matchup. Snapcaster's probably something I want. Let's dump the Thought Scours. Probably Deprive. Ooh, maybe a Mana Leak as well. Maybe even Spell Snare. Snare is probably better than Leak. So let's cut the Leak. Spell Snare hits the Lords if they don't have Cavern or aren't vialing them in. So does Mana Leak. Mana Leak has the upside of hitting Regerie and Master of Waves. Spell Snare is fine for hitting the 2 CMC Lords and the 2/1 for 2 mana that draws them a card and it costs 2 more to cast if they don't reveal a Merfolk in hand. Silver Gill Adept, I think. Vapor Snag's kind of bad here. Simic Charm is at least passable. I don't know if I want to cut one of these denials. I don't expect them to be fantastic. Is there anything else we want? The visions and the traverses seem fine. I like the removal. I like all of this. I think I'm keeping the baubles. I'm going out of my way in these matches to just not board out bauble, because something I used to do with probe is board it out when I couldn't think of what to cut. And I feel like that probably isn't a good idea, given that we're running probe for a reason. So we probably shouldn't cut it, unless you're up against something very aggressive where the life matters, yada yada yada. I think this is good. I don't want to make those kinds of mistakes with bauble. I want to actually learn the card, and I feel like cutting it is an easier decision than figuring out what to actually cut, but it also probably makes you a worse player, or rather, it's something a worse player would do because it's easier. There's Aether Vial, so we have confirmation that they are playing basically stock Merfolk. I don't want to fetch out a blue source because we're going to play around Spreading Seas. So let's just slam this Steam Vents. We could have just gone with the island if we really wanted to play around Spreading Seas so that they didn't have a good seas target. I don't know how important that is. I feel like I want my red source. I want the option to have both red and green next turn if it matters to me. I guess with this hand it doesn't really, because even if we draw a Traverse, we're not using it for a while. So maybe Island Steam Vents is fine. Here's a Spreading Sea, so maybe we're supposed to play the Island instead. That's possible. We're not going to reveal that, but we probably just slam it. We'll start by getting in with Delver. Forest or Stomping Ground? I feel like we want to get Forest here because we don't need red mana yet, and Stomping Ground is both red and green. So if they do something fishy, which works as a Merfolk joke, so I like that, but if they do something fishy with Spreading Seas, we can at least have access to our mana afterwards. Getting Stomping Ground now and having it taken out means getting both red and green after is going to be quite difficult. They're vialing in a Silvergill. I was right about the name. It's pay 3, not pay 2. Okay, that's fair. Dismember. Wow. That has to hurt at least a little bit. I guess it didn't matter that Goyf wasn't big. They used the Mutavault instead of the island, which may or may not mean something. They missed a land drop. We won't reveal that. That makes choosing to get the forest a lot better for us. I kind of want to fetch before using the visions, but at the same time, then if they take out our green or red source, we could be in trouble. So let's do this. Oh geez. Delver's not going to transform for a very long time. Let's put a Goyf on top. And do we want to play a fetch land? Probably. Just so we have the option of doing stuff. I'm going to swing with my Delver here, because chances are if they're attacking, they're going to end up with a Lord on the battlefield, and we just got to trade Delver for Silvergill, which feels at least somewhat good. It doesn't feel great, but it feels at least somewhat good, especially knowing that we have a Goyf on top. I kind of like that. Ooh, Kira. That's annoying. That is very annoying. Kira makes our spot removal much worse. For obvious reasons. Kira, animate Mutavault. Well, we're not taking out the Mutavault in a hurry. I believe the play is just going to be put down another land slam Tarmogoyf. Now we probably want to just play the Misty because we're going to get a bunch of different sources. We're going to end up with Forest, Stomping Ground, Breeding Pool, Mountain. So our mana should be quite nice, regardlessly of any amount of Spreading Seas. We could end up taking some good damage in here, though. Casting Goyf means we can't Simic Charm plus Dismember to deal with Kira. On the other hand, that's not super relevant. I think I am pretty happy to cast a Simic Charm here. We may as well just go for the Hexproof mode. Both of these are probably getting Shocklands, though. We could get an Island. I don't think we need to play around Spreading Seas, so maybe we get an Island and a Stomping Ground. Save some life. I would have preferred Breeding Pool, but what are you going to do? Let's Shock there. Simic Charm. Let's get Hexproof. Blue-green. And let's close that out. Second Dismember means that Goyf is most certainly dead. At least they went down to 7. That's consolation. We're going to be hitting 9, which is unfortunate. Serum Visions is pretty good. I like my late game Visions. I think we just put the Goyf on top and Dream. There's not much of a reason to play a land, but we also have a bunch in hand to bluff with. So I don't think playing 1 is a big downside. They're swinging with just Kira, so they're probably holding up Disruption or planning on casting some stuff. Spreading Seas did happen. Well, that's fine. Certainly unfortunate that they get to cycle, basically. I guess cantrip is the better word. Let's play Goyf. And if they don't have more Disruption, we can race this Kira. If they do have more stuff, we could be in trouble. They have another island, so maybe they have some 2-mana lords to cast. Ooh, Relic really screws with us. That sucks. Goyf basically just got neutered. Yes. That happens. Here is a Curse Catcher, that's fine. I really want to see a Huntmaster of the Fells. Okay. Do we want to play the land? If we play this Misty, we may end up dying. What it does, though, is allows us to grow the Goyf past Curse Catcher in combat, but then we're dead to Kira plus Mutavault if Visions doesn't find us something good. It's possible we're supposed to not attack and then just block something. I don't really like that. I don't like our chances at all. We basically need to hit something very good with this Visions. Is there anything we could even hit? It basically has to be Huntmaster. Removal doesn't do anything because it needs Dismember to help. And they have enough dudes that they can get by. I'm pretty sure our only out is swing with Goyf, deal with Curse Catcher, or possibly do some damage. We'll play the fetch just in case they do crack the Relic. If they don't crack the Relic, Bolt is live. They'll probably just take the one. No, they decided to block. Okay. They chump. That's actually very good for us because we didn't have to crack the Misty. Let's Visions. What do we got? Okay, there's a Lightning Bolt on top. That could help. Spell Snare is garbage. So if we decide to draw this lightning bolt, we probably can't dismember next turn. I'm almost certain we can't dismember next turn. Goyf plus bolt won't do it. I think I'm just going to keep hoping for Huntmaster. Let's hop over to the end step. And basically, if they have anything good, we're just going to die. Oh, I forgot about Goyf dying after the relic. We didn't have a chance to save it with the Misty. That's probably okay, though, because Goyf wasn't actually saving us. It was pressuring them, but they have a lot of ways to block it. They could animate Mutavault. They could use this Curse Catcher. It's pretty unlikely that with 5 cards in their hand, they don't have something to block. We're going to take 4. Huntmaster can theoretically still save us. What's the top deck? It's a Delver. Let's just go to them. See if they give us any extra information. Maybe we don't want Dismember, but it isn't out to Master of Waves. Kira really just... Kira won the game, I think. Made our spot removal bad. Gave them something to swing with in the air, so we had to race them. Do I like what we have here? Pyroclasm, I like a lot more being reminded of Kira, because Pyroclasm's pretty good against that. I think I like what we have here. Yeah, I'm just going to run it back. It looks good. Let's go for game 3 on the play. RUG Delver against Merfolk. We're going to keep. Start off on a Scalding Tarn. Our opponent mulls to 6. Keeps at 6. Scalding Tarn go. We're probably getting a Steam Vent. Unfortunately, we cannot counter their Aether Vial. That would be helpful. But alas. Let's get our Steam Vents tapped. Ooh, Delver. I'm pretty sure I'd rather just play Goyf than Delver hold up Bolt. So we're going to play Goyf. See what they do. It's nice that we don't have to play around things like Bolt against Merfolk. You can just run your Goyf out right away. Them tagging the green source does hurt us, but it's okay. We have Bolt in hand. I think we just go Island Delver, swing for 1. Swinging for 1 naturally is not ideal, but at least we get to hold up Lightning Bolt. I don't want to use the Bolt now just to get in some extra damage. That seems like a waste. These Lightning Bolts are going to be very good. I don't plan on sending one to the face unless we see a Spreading Seas right here. In which case, naturally, we want to get it out of our hand. Kira makes me really wish that I had double red, because I'd probably just be killing that right away. Let's untap, upkeep, reveal Traverse. That at least transforms Delver, which is nice. Let's send that off to the pile of not being cast for a while. We swing with Aberration. There's not much they can vial in to punish. These bolts did just get a lot worse. It'd be nice if we had this green source available, because we could at least Simic Charm Bolt. We swing with Aberration. I'm pretty sure we just end up swinging with Aberration here. I don't want to swing with the Goyf, because actually if we swing with Goyf and then Bolt face, that could be very good. Kira doesn't stop us from bolting face. Unfortunately, that could leave us open. That could leave us open to them vialing something good in, but that seems okay too. Our opponent thought we were lagging, but we're just looking at lines. If they don't block, do we bolt face? I don't think we do. I'd rather play around drawing another red source and being able to bolt to deal with something, because really we don't want to race. It's just that our creatures aren't doing much on the blocking side of things. Maybe we do just go for full steam ahead, though. Lord of Atlantis is going to make both of those lords into 3/3s. Mutavault's going to come at us for 4. We're about to take a very big chunk of damage here. And we could really use a mountain. Oh, maybe it's even worse. Maybe they have more things to do. That basically means we're gonna die. I don't think there's anything we're doing against this hand. Land plus engineered explosives, which we can't really get, would be nice. They all have island walk, except for Kira, which flies. So we could at least leave Aberration back. That's fair. Let's bolt face. Lightning bolt. Xmage, don't die on us now. We're nearing the end of the match. Come on. Keep up. So they're at 12. We have another Goyf. So maybe we should have gotten a stomping ground here. That's looking like a much better idea. Wouldn't have helped with the red source thing, but at least we could have gone Simic Charm Bolt and held back some stuff. So I think when you have Island Forest Fetch, it's probably better to get Stomping Ground against Merfolk. We're really dead regardlessly, so we're just gonna swing. Is there a way we don't die? Delver blocks Kira, and we take a bunch. For the face it is. We may as well go down swinging. That's fine. Gonna bolt you. Hope you don't mind. Go to us. Or rather, won't be going to us. But anyways, hopefully you guys all enjoyed that video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Wait for it. Probably the entire team coming at us. That's what I would do. Maybe you leave back a couple blockers just in case I have some sort of combat trick. I don't. What is there to even play around? Vapor Snag doesn't do anything here. I am not sure. I like that they're actually thinking about it though. That's nice. They animated Mutavault, so they probably want to attack with it. We may have just lagged out. We lost anyways, so let's just call it. Once again, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.